Batteries fully charged. Launch ready for WWE Aftershock in 3, 2, 1. World Wrestling Entertainment Discussion is live. Cue host Owen Finch.
Nope. Your eyes do not deceive you. Your hearing does not misinform you. It's me this week. So, we've talked about it before, but nobody else was reliable enough to be able to host this fucking thing except moi. Which, by the way, newsflash, Owen, and you already know this because I texted you. You're getting someone else to do this next year, because I ain't fucking doing it again. This is a one-time deal. But, that being said, long and short of it is, because he knows that I could do it so long as I'm given the proper stuff to do it with, we basically just went ahead and had me host it this week. This is not going to be a regular thing. I'm not going to constantly come back and review WWE content from this. While I actually had a pretty decent time. It wasn't awful. There was actually a lot of good stuff this week from WWE. I'm not making it a habit because, holy shit, 5 fucking shows is a bit much. So, just for the record, I'm letting people know that now. Do not expect this to be a regular thing. It's not going to be a regular thing at all. But this is temporary until Owen comes back. Once he comes back, then things go back to normal with Chris and Owen hosting things. But until then, you're stuck with me. So, that said, I actually have some positive stuff. It's not going to be negative Nancy James today, although there will be one rant, but it's probably a rant that most people agree with. We'll get to that as time goes on. But yeah, if you're watching this on a Monday, this is being recorded on a Sunday. This is my first of 3 things, 2 of which I have to be on the air for, so, you know. Luckily, Noah's taking care of the other one, that being AEW Spark, which will be airing by the time you see this right after this show. So be on the lookout for that. Zero and Noah taking over the duties for the next 2 weeks as usual before Owen comes back to AEW Spark full time. Right, Owen? Right? Anyway, with that said, we're going to just get right into the shit because we got a lot to fucking cover and I don't really want to waste time. So, that being said, I'm also going to try to fucking blow this up. I don't know how I can. How do you blow up things on the thingamajiggy? Because I'm using Opera GX for the first time, and I'm not entirely sure how you do it. So, bear with me here. In fact, you know what? Let me pause. I'll be right back. Well, that's a load of bullshit. Apparently you can't. So, alright, whatever. I'm not fucking wasting my time with it. He'll have to make do with what we have here. It's better than reading it on bright mode at this point. So, first match, we're going to start with main event because I'm going by house show rules. Main event airs before Raw for the live crowd, so I'm going to start with main event first. First match of the night for the Raw and main event side of things, Roxanne Perez versus Emma. Emma knocked down Perez early with a shoulder block, then helped her back to... Wait. God fucking damn it. Hold on. Retards. I'll be back. You're telling me, Owen, you can't fucking answer your goddamn phone when I call 3 fucking times for 1 fucking piece of help. I'm doing this for you, dude. I'm not doing this for anybody else. I don't even care. Sue me if you fucking get pissed off that I'm ranting about Owen. I've had it. Anyway, I found the right fucking notes for main event. Jesus Christ. Yeah, this is definitely the only time I'm doing this. You're not having me do this another fucking time this year. I'm not having it. No fucking way I'm doing this again. Alright. So, as I was saying, in the proper fucking match now, Dana Brooke actually took on Emma, not the other fucking person from a few fucking weeks ago now. It's no Raw versus NXT here. It's Raw on Raw. Nice. Emma gets to insert a promo and notes before four horsewomen on it, basically saying, yeah, I was the revolution before the revolution, blah blah blah, whatever. And then Emma reminds that she was the pioneer of the division. She'll start tonight. Yeah, riveting start, by the way. Lock up to start. Emma controls with the arm and then slides in a headlock. She takes Brooke over and gives her a noogie for fun. KP admits that he had his share of noogies back in his day. I guess KP is the name of the person who wrote this article. That would be somebody there. It's from 411mania.com, so there you go. Where's the noogies? There we go. We go again, and Emma tries to hip toss, but Dana counters with a backslide for 2. Byron mentions that Dana and Emma were once tag team partners. Dana offers a handshake, but Emma kicks her in the gut and then hits a great slam. She yells about the disrespect she starts kicking Dana around the ring. Dana slips and get a slam of her own, then cartwheels into a boot to the face. Head scissors makes Emma go to the corner, and Dana hits the handspring elbow. She gets caught with a modified German suplex, trying to roll up, and gets 2 on Emma. Next, she holds a cravat and works on the head for a bit. Crowd tries to rally behind Dana. She's really over for some reason, by the way, on main event. That's something I did notice when I was actually watching this for the first time. She was able to break the hold and get a double leg roll up for 2. But Emma cuts her off with a clothesline. Emma sends Dana head first into the turnbuckle and repeats in another corner, but then gets blocked trying it a third time. Brooke fights back, and she gets caught with a splash in the corner. Running basement crossbody splash in the corner gets Emma the 2 count. She gets frustrated. She complains more about disrespect and gets caught with the most dangerous move in all professional wrestling, the surprise roll-up, for the win. In 5 minutes, 40 seconds. Dana Brooke beat Emma. Oh, boy. So, yeah, that was that. This was a solid match as Dana continues to work hard on the show as she improves with each match. Emma is solid as well, and this is a decent little match, but he rates it 2 stars. That's not decent, buddy. Unless you go by 4-star rating. I'll go by 2 1/4. This is a nothing match for me. I don't know if we're doing star ratings on the show, but fuck it, it's my show this week, so kiss my ass. Yeah, it was what it was. So, we'll just put it that way. Now, let's just do this next match, because this is pretty much it after this. Everything else is a fucking recap show. Oh my god, is it a recap show. Tegan Nox versus Nikki Cross is our main event for main event this week. They main event to main event. Good for you, Tegan. Good for you, Nikki. Yay, I guess. So yeah, anyway, back, Hulu commercials, blah, 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 yeah, JDB done a vignette, blah, 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 and then here we go, Tegan Nox versus Nikki Cross. Tegan gets an insert promo where she's going to beat people up and enjoy doing it. Lock up as they start to jockey for position. Nox offers a clean break in the corner, but they get into a shoving match and lock up again. Saxton brings all the facts and his notes as the last 2 faced off in England was in 2014. I will say it is refreshing that they're not ignoring wrestlers' history with each other in other promotions. That is nice to see. I will see after all the injuries. It is cool seeing Nox working on the main roster. That's for true. Nox sends Cross to the apron, but walks into a right hand. Cross heads up top, but Nox knocks her off the apron. Haha. And then hits a drop kick, and then sends Cross into the floor. We take out break at 1 minute and 52 seconds, and then we have another Hulu commercial When we come back at 3:26, apparently Nox is in control. She drops Cross to the face and gets a 2 count. Nox gets on top of the position and starts firing with right hands as the crowd boos her. She mocks Nikki as she stomps away in the corner. She hits a super kick and delivers a kick to the spine. She talks some more trash and hooks a chin lock. Cross ducks a clothesline and gets a drop kick to the knee, and then another. She could target the knee, tornado DDT, but Nox blocks it and hits a suplex rather. Sorry, and then lands a headbutt. They then start trading blows in the middle of the ring as the crowd responds to each strike, which they were actually pretty lively all night for this Monday Night Raw / main event. Cross ended up greatly getting a victory roll, but Nox is out at 2. Cross ends up hitting her spinning neckbreaker finisher for the win at 7 minutes and 19 seconds. It was what it was. I'm not a real big fan that they just kind of had a nothing match with no heat, and they kind of had to figure it out on the fly like they did. It was alright. It wasn't anything to write home about, put it that way. So it was what it was. But yeah, pretty much that. Yeah, that was main event this week. So good for them, I guess. D, if we're giving show grades ratings, D was very unimaginative. So yeah, I don't know. It was what it was. So now, that's one show done. Now to WWE Raw and this 3-hour monstrosity. Still feels like a long fucking time if it ain't Mania season. I do realize 3 hours is too damn long for a wrestling broadcast weekly. God damn. Anyway. Get right into it. This week's WWE Raw featured Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn facing the Judgment Day in a battle royal for a title shot and more. So, afterwards, Raw commentary team was Kevin Patrick and Corey Graves. Let's hear from Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. So there you go. This guy's getting right into it. By the way, this is from TJRWrestling.net. We have actually used their sources for retros in the past, so shout out to them. But yeah. WWE Tag Team Champions Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn did a promo about facing Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa for the WWE Tag Team titles at Night of Champions. Zayn spoke about how Reigns is greedy while calling him a psycho and manipulative with Zayn, and they saying they can't have their tag team titles. Of course, the Judgment Day decided to interrupt with Damian Priest, Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, and SmackDown Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley showing up. So Owens called them all out for a fight. Sammy, gentlemen, and Dom, floor is all yours. That was great. And then the Judgment Day made it clear that they want a shot next week as they run Raw. Now, Damian Priest was all for the fight, right? And Sami Zayn cut this impassioned promo, and he was like at a 10. And fucking Owens fed off that energy and just wanted to fucking knock somebody's head off. So that's what he wanted to do. He seemed like he got on the cranky side of bed this morning. And, so Damian Priest was all set to fight, right? And so was Kevin Owens, but Zayn tried to talk reason and just have a funny segment or whatever the fuck. So yeah. Afterwards, they speak... and then Owens says, "Can I just punch him in the face already?" To him referring to Dominic, because Dominic was trying to speak. Crowd wouldn't let him, because he's getting that Vicky Guerrero heat. And then he said, "Yeah, why not?" says Sammy. And then Rhea Ripley got in the way, and then they just fucking ambushed him, and then Sammy got ambushed also, and then he had to get a chair to fucking chase them off, and that was pretty much the end of that segment. Good segment, thumbs up. I enjoyed it. I thought it really kind of highlighted that there are more factions than just the Bloodline and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Like, there are more tag teams and factions. I will say, this tag team division's looking beefy all across the board on the main roster. It's actually really, really, really meaty. And I mean that with all due respect. So yeah, good on WWE for at least doing that. Because I really, it was one of those things I really wasn't expecting, even though I kind of knew they were doing these factions, if you will. But yeah, it was nice to see that there are multiple players involved in the storyline now, which we will get to later. I do like that they're having like little mini stories in between all this and kind of setting up that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are marked men by all these factions. So I think that was really cool. So yeah. From there, we move on to Shinsuke Nakamura versus The Miz. The Miz was controlled early on. Nakamura sent him out of the ring and with a running knee to the chest. Miz came back with a neckbreaker across the middle rope and a boot to the face. We go to commercial break from there. When we come back, Nakamura was in control with kicks along with a running knee strike or a running knee right to the ribs while Miz was on the top rope. Miz came back with a DDT for a 2 count as usual. For that move, Nakamura hit a spin kick for 2 of his own with a sliding German suplex after Miz missed his corner clothesline. Miz came back with an eye poke, the referee wasn't looking, and skull-crushing finale for 2 because Nakamura's foot was on the bottom rope. Nakamura hit an inside cradle for a 2 count, then Nakamura, out of nowhere, with a Kinshasa! With the pinfall win after 9 minutes. Really decent little TV match here. I think a lot of people give The Miz shit, but man, like, he can be a ring general, man, and I can recognize that he's actually really good, and I think a lot of people kind of undersell him because of where his background is with the real world, but he can go with the best talent in the world, man, if you really just make him go 100%, man, and he's a hell of a worker, man. And Nakamura, we know how good fucking Nakamura is. And you put those two together, you're bound to have a really good TV match. So, 3 stars, good shit. With that, we go backstage. And we have the Karens of Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville complaining to WWE official Adam Pearce and how Liv Morgan was hurt for their women's tag team title defense. But Raquel Rodriguez was there to challenge Green for a match, so it's on, and he makes it official because it's never official until Adam Pearce makes it. So there you go. The Imperium trio of Walter. I don't give a shit. It's my show today. His name is Walter, and the other 2 names are Marcel Barthel and Fabian Eichner. Were shown walking down to the ring. Seth freaking Rollins was featured in a sit-down interview with Corey Graves. This is actually pretty cool. We'll get into it because they seem to be doing the old school JR, but with a little added promo flair to it. So, it was taped last week, but because Rollins was filming a movie this week, Rollins talked about becoming the first NXT champion in 2012 and said he could push the industry forward. They covered Seth Rollins' impressive run with the Shield for about a year and a half, which led to Rollins turning on the Shield, blah, blah, blah. You already know that whole story. Heist of the century, blah, 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 yada, yada. I'll get all this done now. He goes through his entire history. And then Corey Graves asks him later on in the night, he said, why is now the right time to bring back the World Heavyweight Championship, and why is Seth Rollins the one to go for it? And Rollins said a very interesting line, and he said, I think the reason why is because everybody that has a championship is afraid to take risks. And meanwhile, here's an opportunity that presents itself, and when I win the championship, I want to be the one that has those risks taken. And I thought that was pretty interesting. And then it kind of left you with a teaser because Corey then asked the hard-hitting question of, well, with that answer, I do have to ask, what do you think of Roman Reigns and his title run and the way he's gone about things? That's very interesting because Rollins has not really been mentioned since Royal Rumble 2022. So that's a crazy thing that they're trying to like plant the seeds of for the future. Maybe something that him and Rollins can revisit after Roman loses the title, if he even loses the title at this fucking point. He's past 1,000 days by Night of Champions, so there's no reason why he shouldn't at this fucking point. Still think that was ridiculous. Hopefully he win. Hopefully, the sooner Cody wins Money in the Bank and cashes it in on MSG, the better. Although, this is WWE we're talking about, I highly doubt they'll actually do right by the fans. That said, vacuum, tunnel vision here. But yeah, pretty good segment overall. All the Seth Rollins interview, thumbs up. I enjoyed it. It was really good. I like how they're hyping up the world title match. Still think that belt is ugly as sin, but that said, we go on to Imperium's Walter, the Intercontinental Champion, who walked down to ringside with Marcel Barthel and Fabian Eichner, who did a promo. Walter spoke about how, in a few moments, one man can earn a title shot by winning a Battle Royal. They showed Ricochet and Bronson Reed for the Battle Royal before they went to break. And then everybody was in the ring by the time everybody was ready for the Battle Royal. Boy, this was a Battle Royal, wasn't it? Oh boy, the way you can tell who they don't care about and who they do. So, let's get right into this. Baron Corbin eliminated Tozawa right away. I hate it. Why? Why you gotta fucking fuck over my boy Tozawa? Just let him go. Please let my boy free. Let him go back to Dragon Gate. Let him go to fucking X Division, Impact. I'd love to see Tozawa mix it up with fucking Trey Miguel. Please. Anyway, Tozawa gone right away by Baron Corbin. And then Baron Corbin eliminated right away by Dexter Lumis. And then Dexter Lumis gets eliminated by Maximum Male Models. Right after that, Otis and Gable eliminated Maximum Male Models out of the match. Afterwards, oh, by the way, the manager for Maximum Male Models, the blonde chick that I know has the hots for Otis, she was super happy about it. Giving him bravo, bravo, bravo. I don't know. Maybe they've already done the thing where she's his, manager or some shit. But yeah, that's fucking cool. Otis getting the blondes again. I love it. Love to see it. So anyway, yeah, man. After that, JD McDonough dumped out Humberto Carrillo. I'm surprised he's still employed, to be honest. Dolph Ziggler superkicked McDonough out, and Von Wagner eliminated Ziggler. I cannot believe I even saw Von Wagner on my fucking television. And then McDonough attacked Ziggler on the floor, and that should set up a feud between them. Yeah. McDonough was very angry. Very, very angry. Went to commercial from there. Viking Raiders dumped out Cedric Alexander. Boy, how the mighty have fallen. Zion Quinn. Shelton Benjamin. Ooh, why aren't they reforming the Hurt Business? Rather easily. Otis knocked Eric of the Viking Raiders out, so Ivar eliminated Gable. Bronson Reed dumped out the big guys, Otis and Ivar, with an impressive show of power. Mustafa Ali hit a neck breaker on Gargano, but Gargano came back with a spear. Ricochet hit an impressive shooting star press onto Johnny Gargano after leaping on to Mustafa Ali's back. Great exchange by all three of these guys, by the way. Then there were slams going on. A blockbuster from Cruz. Then Elias with a jumping knee. Cruz hit a jumping kick to knock out Elias, while Reed hit a clothesline on Cruz to knock him out of the Battle Royal. Reed slammed Gargano onto Ricochet. Riddle got some momentum going with a floating bro. Riddle dumped Riddick Moss over the top rope to the floor. Riddle. Oh, by the way, fucking Riddick Moss with a great pounce at one point in this fucking match, I will say. Riddle did a head scissors, sending Gargano over the top rope. Imperium then saw the threat and attacked Riddle to try and get him out of the equation. I like that they're gonna, fuck him over a little bit, but they're obviously going towards Walter versus Riddle. Yes, please. Yes. If they have that at Night of Champions, I'm happy. A happy boy. But, I don't know. Maybe they'll have it at a later pay-per-view that I probably won't watch, knowing my goddamn luck. Anyway. Again, only doing this because of fucking Owen. Owen can't. It was Bronson Reed, Ricochet, and Mustafa Ali as the final three. Ricochet was drop kicked. Drop kick Reed over the top ropes. He tried to fucking get him to stagger. Ricochet tried everything. So did Mustafa Ali. Nothing was getting him down at one point. But Ali helped Ricochet and Reed held over the top ropes. Ricochet hit multiple kicks with the drop kick on Reed. When Reed hit Ricochet, had Ricochet on his shoulders, looking like he was going to go for a fucking Samoan drop or a fall away slams of sort or some just fall. Ali hits a missile drop kick onto the face of Bronson Reed, which eliminated both guys, and Ali, positively Ali, with the win in 13 minutes. Pretty good battle royal. 3 stars. I actually enjoyed the spots in this. I just didn't appreciate that they fucked over my boys. That I actually appreciate. But really good fucking battle royal here. Especially towards the end. I enjoyed it. So, thumbs up. But yeah. That's pretty good. A video recaps Brock Lesnar's and Cody Rhodes' story. Becky Lynch was shown walking for promo. Meanwhile, Paul Heyman was shown talking to the Judgment Day in the background. So, yeah. Heyman is talking to the Judgment Day. We'll get to him later. Now we hear from Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch, man, what a fucking promo this goddamn thing was. I don't know what Trish's promo was. I've heard complaints about Trish or whatever the fuck. Because she was doing this weird skit, I guess, where Becky or whatever going and not really healing it up, acted like a babyface. I don't know. It was weird, apparently. But Becky here, man. She's wearing a Man in the Masses shirt. She comes down and talks about the 2 legends of the business. And she's talking about how she brought back Trish Stratus and Lita because she thought that she could trust them. And Lita was cool, she said. But Trish Stratus, I should have realized the snake in the grass I was bringing into my life because I brought her super close and I wanted her to be a part of my life and I didn't realize how she was going to use that against me in the future. I should have realized how much of a conniving, manipulative liar she is, and all of you probably realized that a long time ago because she has always been, quote, a backstay stabbing egomaniac. But yeah. We won gold. They talk about how she won gold with Lita and how she thought Trish was jealous, essentially. And Lynch then said, I will say thank you, Trish, but not for the reasons that you want. Oh, no. Thank you for making me realize what my priorities are when it comes to the people that I fight for, the people that I live for, the people that I breathe for. And now, you got a whole different animal coming at you at Night of Champions because you just channeled the bad thoughts in my brain. And I am it, always have been it, don't need a championship to prove it, and I will show you why I'm it. You want it, you got it at Night of Champions. Fucking great promo here. Holy shit, the fire from Lynch was awesome. Like, A+ promo, great shit. Really, really good sell for that match on pay-per-view. And then afterwards, she's holding a fan of her wearing a man sign, and the guy was super happy after Becky held it for him. So it was pretty cool. So yeah, we need more wrestling fan signs. Stop being lazy. Print some out. Even if you're a graphic designer, print some out in big paper. We got Rhea Ripley, the SmackDown Women's Champion, interviewed by Kathy Kelly. It still doesn't... It still, by the way, confuses the fuck out of me why the SmackDown Women's Champion is on Raw. And they're probably going to do the fucking switcheroo belt bullshit. Just fucking change the names of the fucking titles. At least make one the Universal Women's Championship and the World Heavyweight Women's Championship and the World Women's Championship. Whatever the fuck you gotta do to just separate the belts at this point. Anyway. Rhea spoke about Natalya, who interrupted the promo after Ripley was asked about Becky Lynch and how she was keeping a close eye on her. Natalya praised Ripley for being dominant, but Ripley is not respecting the other women. And Ripley said Natalya got in the ring to try and make people care about Natalya, and said, "You're welcome." Ripley then said, "The next time you try to get involved in my business again, I'm not going to boost your career. I'm going to be the one to end it." Good fucking promo here. Really good promo. Goddamn. Loved it. Love me some Rhea Ripley. Love me when she acts like a bitch. I love it. Love it. Oh, by the way, Dominic says, "Mommy, let's go." Got booze immediately when he showed up on screen, by the way. Like, he is super heat. Fucking nuclear heat at this goddamn point. So, Xavier Woods is in singles action. We hear it's a new day. Yes, it is. And so, we go to a commercial, and then afterwards, Mustafa Ali was in the back, and he was celebrating and talking to Alpha Academy. And he says, "Think more positively, and you could be a winner." Imperial were then standing right there, and Walter was congratulating Ali for the win. Walter congratulated Ali for earning the title match at Night of Champions. Ali said that Walter has to go there and watch Ali take his title. And then, Walter, he smiled. And Ali said, "That's right, be positive." And then he walked away, and then that smile from Walter turned into a grimacing frown. You're in for a bad day, Ali. I'm going to just tell you right now. Dominic did a pre-match promo. I mean, if you want to call it that, he really didn't get a word in edgewise. Crowd would not let him. Woods mocked Dominic by wondering if he needs to ask Mommy permission to speak. And then said, "Why don't you just come in the ring and let's fight already?" So, we have a rematch from 1 week earlier where Dominic had beaten Woods thanks to Ripley. Woods hit a drop kick to the back while Dominic was against the ropes. Woods hit a suplex, leading Dominic to retaliating to the floor and hiding behind Rhea Ripley. Woods argued with Ripley, leading to a commercial break. While Dominic did get some offense, Woods came back with a missile dropkick off the top rope. Woods hit an honor roll clothesline for a 2. Dominic hit a knee to the ribs, followed by rolling suplexes, which led to the boos because it was the Three Amigos. Dominic jumped off the top rope with a splash, but Woods got the knees up for a 2 count. Ripley pulled Dominic out of the way of a move, but then Woods jumped onto Dominic. There was a drop kick from Dominic, a forearm from Ripley, and Dominic used his legs to hook Xavier's arms for the pinfall win after 11 minutes. From there, by the way, 2.5 stars. It was decent. It was fine. I enjoyed it, but yeah, I was more intrigued by how much heat Dominic is getting for this angle that he did with Ray. Holy shit, he will not ever let him talk, huh? God damn. But pretty good stuff. But yeah, afterwards, JD McDonough is leaving the arena, and Kathy Kelly tries to go and interview him, and JD McDonough says, "It's pretty simple. Dolph Ziggler, he's one of the biggest chopping blocks in the business right now. He's a guy to make a statement on. So that's exactly what I did. And that's what I'm going to continue to do." And that was a message sent to the rest of the Raw locker room. "I'm no joke, and you never bet against an ace." Basically is what he said. And apparently, Finn Balor was watching JD from a distance. And I did notice that somebody was there. I didn't realize it was Finn Balor. This guy pointed it out to me. That makes a hell of a lot of sense. That JD McDonough might be next to join the Judgment Day. I gotta say also, there's a lot going on with the Judgment Day and Imperium specifically. And again, we'll talk about it as it goes, but seems like, I don't know, man. Could be a little bit of a dangerous alliance of sorts, if you catch my drift. So, afterwards, Indus was shown walking for their tag team match. Now, I will say that the team was impressive, but it was a fucking jobber match. And I guess Jinder Mahal is going to be the manager? Okay. Fair enough. I love how we fucking formed Indus, but we can't fucking reform the Hurt Business. Okay. Sangha hits a running boot to the head of poor Barbie. I guess some guy was named Barbie. Drake tagged in. Sangha slammed him with a splash, leading to Veer for the tag. Veer hit a leaping elbow drop. By the way, he got some fucking height on that. Veer Mahan. With a corner splash into Sheer with a sidewalk slam leg drop combination for the pinfall win in about 2 minutes. By the way, it was a pinfall. It was a sidewalk slam elbow drop combination, actually. A little correction there on this guy's article. I mean, 2 stars. That's what it was. It was a jobber match. Jinder Mahal then said they run Raw and the future will be written in gold. Mahal said some stuff in Hindi, too, that I don't understand, this guy says. I don't either, brother. Welcome to the club. I'll talk to my girlfriend. Maybe she knows. But yeah, afterwards, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens were confronted by the Imperium guys with Walter saying he didn't like the disrespect shown towards Eichner and Barthel last week. Owens suggested that they can fight them all next week. Zayn said they'll find a partner. Imperium agreed and left it at that. Cody was then shown exiting for his bus for a promo up next. The really rich guys are on a bus. Good for them. Yeah, true. Commercial. And then, holy shit, by the way, you want to talk about... here's the opposite of Dominic. So, we hear from Cody Rhodes. We get the hugest pop for whoa. I mean, holy shit. Yeah. So, Cody sucked up the crowd. It was the home of Starrcade. So, he talks about how it was the home of Starrcade for a cheap pop. Cody told a Scorpion Frog story and related to the rivalry with Brock Lesnar. Cody said, just like a scorpion, it is Brock Lesnar's nature to hunt. Cody bragged about how Lesnar can, how he was hunted, but Cody made him have the black eye and a set of staples, while Cody is the man that put them there. Cody said he beat the bully. Cody said he accepted Lesnar's challenge for Night of Champions. Cody then said to Lesnar that 99.9% of the superstars in this ring, he is better than all of them because Brock Lesnar is a different shark. But at Backlash, he was not better than Cody. As he continued, Cody spoke about who is the next big thing on Monday Night Raw. Cody referenced Lesnar used to being called the next big thing in WWE. Cody told Lesnar that he needs to step aside because he's not the next big thing. So when do they start saying the next big thing and they just say next? You are no longer the next big thing in WWE, Lesnar. You are simply in my way. The fans gave a standing ovation for this promo, by the way. And the fans cheered while Graves just said wow to end it. Dude, this promo fucking ruled, man. I mean, this started on such a sour note, and holy shit, did they fucking correct the course. Goddamn. Again, I hope this leads to Cody eventually winning Money in the Bank. Like, I'm hoping that he wins against Brock here, he goes into Money in the Bank and wins there, and then goes to MSG to cash it in on Roman and becomes a SmackDown guy. That would be awesome. That would be fucking great. I don't have high hopes for that, but that's what I would do. But man, he's still fucking over right now. He's fucking Cody Rhodes. Master of the stick, man. That said, we go to the back where Zoe Stark was trying to talk to Nikki Cross, who simply did not reply at all and just didn't want to fucking hear it. And Candice LeRae walked up to Stark and they exchanged words leading to a match next week because she didn't like that she was being mean to Nikki Cross, who I guess is part of the Way now. I guess that's weird, but I guess she's part of the Way. I fucking know. Sure. Why not? Then we go to Raquel Rodriguez, who is one of the women's tag team champions, entered for singles action. One of the women's tag team champions. We'll get to that. No longer, unfortunately, for whatever fucking reason at this point. I don't know why. But yeah. Raquel Rodriguez versus Chelsea Green with Sonya Deville. Raquel's dominated, Deville distracted, and Green. Raquel dominated to start. Deville distracted, and Green got some offense in with the backstabber. Green hit a flatliner just for one count. Green then got a bit more offense until Raquel sent Green throat first into the ropes. Raquel hit three follow-away slams. Raquel hit the Texan Bomb for the pinfall win after 4 minutes. God damn it. -1 star. I'm tired of this bullshit. At this point, just kill the division. I've lost all patience. I have no patience left for this fucking division. Like, there's no excuse why you cannot do a fucking proper women's tag team division when you have that many women on the fucking roster and you still fuck it up somehow. I have no fucking excuse for this fucking company. If you do not care, just fucking kill it off. I don't give a fuck who they make the tag team champions now. By the way, spoiler alert, Raquel had to relinquish them again because somebody got injured again. So, like, when are you going to just learn that either do it right or you're going to fucking have this karma bite you in the ass every time? I could give a fuck less if Ronda and Shayna are the next tag team champions at this point now. That's how much they've fucking killed this for me. If they do not care, just kill it off. Save me the fucking bullshit of having a rant about this at all ever again in the future. It's like fucking Groundhog's Day with this division. For the last 3-4 fucking years. God damn it, man. Fucking pissing me off, dude. Like, I'm so over this bullshit. The women's tag team division is one of the worst booked divisions in history. I'd actually argue that the 24/7 may have been booked better. Because at least they actually had a fucking purpose for that for some of those people. Can't say the same thing about this fucking tag team division that's absolute shambles right now. That's saying a lot if I'm giving the 24/7 goddamn Clockwork Orange title credit. Anyway. Ronda Rousey, Shayna did a cheap attack afterwards. Ronda and Shayna said they were tired of waiting. Ronda said they'll keep attacking until they get what they want. So they ended up hitting a running knee on Raquel. I don't care at this point. Just get it over with. Your last shot. But my patience is worn thin at this fucking point. God damn it. Back to the important shit. Imperium was shown backstage yet again with Walter shaking hands with Paul Heyman. And Heyman then says, "Call Roman Reigns." Ha. Ha. Oh, no. So, he's contacted the Judgment Day. Talked to the Judgment Day in the bag. And now he's talking to Imperium. That's fucking crazy bad. Like, for KO and Sammy. This is 3 of the most dominant groups when you really think about it. He's trying to form a fucking super group here to fucking take out Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I love that. Fuck you, motorcycle, you bitch. But yeah. Love this. Love this. Just conniving Heyman's the best Heyman. Anyway, we went over the Seth Rollins interview. Next week on Raw, we have Brock Lesnar versus Cody Rhodes under one roof, which means they go has fight. Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus having a contract signing, which means they has fight. And Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn and a mystery partner versus Imperium because they have a scheduled fight. So there you go. That's what's coming up. Now we have the Judgment Days. Finn Balor and Damian Priest in tag team action against Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. But before that, there was a video about Apollo Crews being on Raw. Yay. This is not for the WWE Tag Team titles, but Balor and Priest worked over Zayn a bit until Zayn came back with an elbow smash on Priest. Owens tagged in with an enziguri kick on Priest while Owens set both opponents out of the ring. Balor called for Ripley and Dominic to come down to ringside. This then led to a break. Balor was in control of Zayn as the face in peril. After Zayn broke free, Owens unleashed on Priest with stomps. Priest left the ring and Owens hit a senton to the floor. Owens then hit clothesline Balor out of his goddamn boots. Then also one for Dominic. And then a super kick to Priest. Kevin Owens hit a cannonball for a 2 on Priest. After Dominic tripped Owens, the referee Chad Patton tossed Dominic and Ripley from ringside. Xavier Woods attacked Dominic after the fact with punches so that they were brawling to the back, which I love that they actually tied that in at the end. Priest then hit Owens with a clothesline as the wise man Paul Heyman showed up on his way to watch the rest of the match. Went to another commercial break. Then it was KO's turn to be the babyface in peril as Priest unloaded with punches. Balor did a backbreaker leading to Priest for a leg drop for a 2 count. Then Priest battled Owens on the turnbuckle. Owens elbowed Priest down and KO hit the Swanton Bomb off the top. Zayn got the hot tag against Balor with Zayn leaping over Balor to hit a Michinoku driver for a 2. Balor hit a Sling Blade neckbreaker, but Zayn came back with a Blue Thunder Bomb as usual for that move. It's a 2. Imperium then arrived, and Balor got a near fall out of the distraction. Owens then hit a stunner on Priest, so Balor threw Owens out of the ring. Zayn suplexed Balor into the turnbuckle. Zayn with a haluva kick on Balor, but no cover because Imperium was on the apron to distract. Owens then punched him down. Owens then got in Walter's face, so Priest grabbed KO and slammed him onto the ring apron. Zayn hit a somersault dive over the top onto Damian Priest. Eichner and Barthel distracted the referee. Gunther hit Zayn's leg and Balor hit a drop kick on Zayn into the turnbuckle. Balor then went up and hit a coup de grace. Double foots up on Zayn for the pinfall win in 21 minutes. What a nice little fucking angle match here, but also a really good match here. I enjoyed this. I gave it 3.5. Really good angle to close out the show. Again, you got 3 of the most dangerous factions now going after and gunning against Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Because it looks like Heyman is going for Plan B. Which is in case the Usos fall out of line full on, along with Solo eventually, maybe there's a room for a dangerous alliance. Crazy to think about the fucking implications that could fucking mean in the future. Jesus Christ. But yeah, overall, I give this Raw B+. It was good. Only things that really kind of ticked me off was the beginning part of that Battle Royal and the women's tag team fucking division fiasco bullshit. But it was good. It was a good show overall. It wasn't, like, overly exciting in some parts, but it was a serviceable enough show to not be totally ridiculous. So, thumbs up. Good shit. From there, we move on to NXT, and we're going to start with Level Up, since they start with Level Up in the house show circuit, and then they move into regular NXT. So, this is episode 66, I guess. I don't know what the other episode was, I don't care for main event. So, Eddie Thorpe made his way to the ring out of the broadcast team. Blake Harwood and Brian Saxton welcomed us to the show. These guys had a lot of energy. I'm actually surprised. Again, I don't watch these shows often, so the energy was actually pretty good here. So, we had Eddie Thorpe versus Cale Dixon. Dixon attempted a scoop slam, but Thorpe would counter with a headlock takedown. Thorpe would then hit the ropes, but Dixon dragged Thorpe off the turnbuckle to take control. Dixon then hit a reverse elbow to gain a 2 count and worked on the neck to wear down Thorpe. Thorpe countered with a shot to the ribs with a knife-edge chop and a follow-up kick to Dixon, followed by a Saito suplex for a near fall. Dixon looked for another reverse elbow, but Thorpe hit a German suplex, followed by the high elbow drop for the W in 4 minutes and 50 seconds. This was actually not a bad little match. I wouldn't rate it anything high. It was 2.5 best, but Cale Dixon showed that he has something about him. Pretty good stuff. And Eddie Thorpe was very good. Very, very good. I like Eddie Thorpe. He's really good stuff. I'd like to see more of them. So, I won't be seeing more of them. But if I was watching WWE on a weekly basis, maybe so. You know? So, there you go. Anyway. Commentary hyped another women's tag team match after the break. Oh boy. So they do a promo here where Ken Lee Jordan was bullied by Elektra Lopez and Lola Vice, and Wendy Chu doesn't like bullies. And so they're talking about how karmas are real, and then Wendy Chu interrupts, and she said, "Biscuit, right?" And she's like, "Yeah, sure." And the idea is that she's a child, I guess. She's a child. And we have Wendy Chu and Kayla Jordan versus Elektra Lopez and Lola Vice. These girls were a pretty good team, actually. Now give the fucking women's tag team divisions, I don't know, some fucking names for their teams. Anyway, but Wendy Chu, holy shit. Alright. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm going straight to the end. Fuck you. I don't care. It's my show. You can fuck off. The minute I saw Wendy Chu coming out and acting like she was doing a sleepover and acting full on childish, I'm out. I'm sorry, I'm out. That's it. Apparently her finish is the snooze button, which is just the fucking old erection of perfection fucking Mark Jindrak finish. The Pirates Plunge, if you're an ODQ-CW fan. She calls it the snooze button. God, I wanted to die inside. 0 stars. That's being generous. Dante Chen versus Luca Crucifino. Luca Crucifino. Okay, that's his name. Luca Crucifino, because I gotta get his name right. I think I got his name right. So, yeah, Dante Chen versus Luca Crucifino. Crucifino, his gimmick is he's a lawyer. Alright? But he comes out to the people. I couldn't believe it. He came out to the People's Courts team. I fucking died. I'm on my girlfriend. I'm with my girlfriend, just chilling with her as I'm watching these shows, right? We're doing our cutie bullshit, whatever. And I'm watching this guy show up on my TV, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then I'm hearing the People's Courts team, and I just fucking... I couldn't believe this, man. That was the greatest thing I've seen all week. I can't even lie, that was great. Anyway, Lawyer Boy applies an arm lock early on and forced Chen into the ropes. And Chen took control and applied an arm lock of his own. The match rolled on. Crucifino escaped and then hit a hair pull to take advantage, and then hit a neck breaker for a 2 count. He really likes the neck breaker, by the way. Crucifino worked on his back as Chen avoided another neck breaker and hammered punches to Crucifino in the corner for follow-up with a follow-up big boot. Chen looked to finish with the chest strike, but Crucifino rolled to ringside and grabbed the briefcase. He then brought the briefcase in the ring. Referee intercepted it, and then Crucifino hit a poke to the eye and a roll-up for the win. Surprise roll-up and eye poke works every time. And he got the W in 5 minutes and 13 seconds. I give this 5 stars. No, I'm kidding. It was like 2. But I love this shit, man. I love that there's just a fucking lawyer gimmick, and he's coming out to the fucking People's Court theme, dude. They gotta put this on main. They have to put this on main NXT, dude. This is priceless. I love this. I'm a fan of People's Court, boy. All right, now to NXT main. This was the show from Tuesday. We have quarterfinal match to kick things off for the women's title tournament, because I guess shouldn't have fucking drafted up Indy Hartwell after she won the goddamn belt. Anyway, Fallon Henley and Cora Jade lock up to kick this match off, and Jade delivers a forearm to Henley, but Henley responds with a shoulder tackle, then delivers a kick to the head and a forearm of her own before Jade sends her knee crashing into the mat. Jade then delivers a chop and then a drop kick, and then continues to wear down the knee. Henley delivers a clothesline and a back elbow, then plants Jade face first, then sets up for the DDT, but Henley escapes and delivers a Shining Wizard. Then looks to go for the pin, but Jade rolls to the outside. Henley follows her before they got back into the ring, and Henley returns to the ring. Jade delivers a chop block right to the knee, and then follows up with her DDT for the win. Cora Jade's actually improved a lot, so I gotta give credit there. I give this match 3 stars. They actually did a hell of a fucking match here, so good shit. I'm actually surprised that Cora has actually improved as much as she did, because I just remember that time period where she botched the fucking skateboard incident, and then just couldn't wrestle worth dick. So she's obviously improved since then, so good shit. After the match, Laya Valkyria appeared at the ringside to stare down Jade. We head to the women's locker room backstage, and we see Kiana James and Thea Hale exchange insults to one another. Hale, who's a part of Chase U, by the way, challenges James to a match and asks Duke Hudson for permission to participate in the match, and Hudson tells her to do whatever she wants, as he's apparently now the head of Chase U, because Andre Chase is off doing some bullshit. I don't know. Duke Hudson's now the fucking leader, I guess. So whatever, he's like doing a bunch of fucking paperwork. I don't know what's going on, but yeah. Hale tells James she's gonna kick her ass, and everybody's like happy. Yeah, she's very whatever. This gimmick, Thea, I don't know. Thea Hale is whatever in this group. I think the group would be over without her, but you know. We then head over to the North America Champion. Wesley and Tyler Bate meditating, and then the Dyad, which is the former Grizzled Young Veterans, appear out of nowhere and beat them down before Ava and Joe Gacy walk in. Gacy tells Lee and Bate that their friendship will burn out. After the break, we see NXT champion Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams pulling up to the Performance Center, and they waste no time as they head out to the ring and pass Charlie Dempsey as they pass Charlie Dempsey and Drew Gulak. Hayes then says Williams to defend his honor against Braun Breaker last week. And then he says Breaker wanted him to send a message, and he received it. He noted that Breaker isn't the same man, and at Stand and Deliver, the same goes for him. He says a Battleground Breaker will be in his yard and challenges him to come out. Charlie Dempsey and Drew Gulak's music hits. Gulak then says he doesn't care if they're embarrassed because Breaker left him laid out and calls them out for disrespecting him and Dempsey. Williams then questioned the means of Dempsey. Questions what he means, and Dempsey says that Hayes and Williams passed them like they were nothing on the way to the ring, while being informed that their tag team match was not happening. This tag team match was going to be against Wesley and Tyler Bate. Gulak said the lifestyle he and Dempsey Gulak says the lifestyle he and Dempsey live is totally different. The crowd begins chanting Willy Wonka at Dempsey before Williams challenges Dempsey and Gulak to a match. Gulak asks Williams and Hayes if they want to do that and attack Williams and Hayes before Hayes and Williams send them both out and they stand tall in the middle of the ring. They then make the match official for later on in the night. We then head to a video confrontation between Dijak and Ilya Dragunov. So basically, the idea is, Ilya says, torture me. I'm going to break you, says Dijak. And Ilya says, the fuck you will. Yeah, more on that later. It's fucking weird-ass torture segment here. After the match, we head to a video of Danny Palmer being attacked by a mysterious figure at a house show. Tag team match. We have the Creed brothers versus the Dyad. Alright, best match of the fucking week, by the way. This match fucking ruled because of the teams involved. This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody if you followed the Creed brothers and if you followed the Dyad / Grizzled Young Veterans. But yeah, man, this fucking match ruled. I don't know what the Dyad's name is, so I'm gonna just... I don't know who's Jagger Reed. I have to say, because I'm gonna just call them Zach Gibson and James Drake. Google.com. Who is Zach Gibson? What's his name in this? Okay, right. He is now known as Rip. Okay, so I'm gonna call Rip Zach. Good to know. And the other one, James Drake. Alright, cool. So the match started off with Julius Creed and Zach Gibson locking up, where they go back and forth in a submission hold before what's his name, Gibson delivers a suplex. Julius responds with a drop kick and tags in Brutus Creed. And then James Drake tags in and rains down right hands on Brutus, and Brutus gets him for a delayed vertical suplex. Julius tags in and takes over from Brutus, pinning Drake with a suplex, and Gibson tags in and gets Julius as he gets him off for a delayed vertical suplex. Brutus tags in, and he does the same thing as Julius just did then. Julius tags back in Brutus and hands him Gibson. He then sends him crashing to the mat before James Drake tags in and delivers an enziguri to Julius. Then Gibson then hits an enziguri of his own, and then Drake follows up with a flatliner. Then Gibson locks in. No, I'm sorry. Drake then locks in a Koji clutch, which the flatliner usually sets in for the Koji clutch. Really good tag team offense there, by the way, by the Dyad. I really like that. But then Julius escapes and lands a powerbomb, and then we get into a break. I like how they ended with action. That was pretty cool. After the break, we then see Zach Gibson delivering a knee to Julius' spine. Julius fires back with a suplex and tags in Brutus. Then we have Gibson tagging in Drake, and Brutus catches him, and we get Brutus smash, baby. We go boom, 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 boom. He delivers a splash in the corner with and then gets Gibson up for his on his shoulders and delivers a slam. Afterwards, Gibson tags in to James Drake, and then Drake tries interfering, but Brutus pins them both, but the Dyad kicks out. What a pinning combination, dude. The athleticism it takes to be able to do a pinning combination like he did. First off, he's got Gibson in like a leg pin, and then he does a Northern Lights on top of that. That was fucking cool. That was really, really cool. Really like that by Brother Brutus here. We then had Drake and Gibson go for then level one another with clotheslines. Or no, yeah. Okay, so yeah, Drake and Brutus. Then or no, I'm sorry, Gibson and Brutus then level one another with the clotheslines before Julius and Reed get into the ring. Or Julius, see, I did Reed, so I knew that I was going to make that mistake one day, but I don't care because this is my show this week, so fuck y'all. Julius and Drake get into the ring. Then they proceed to hit this crazy double 450 splash off the top ropes. Julius then sets up for a power bomb, but Drake reverses it into a DDT. What a great fucking crazy sequence that these fucking guys had. I love that little spot. That was awesome. Then we had Gibson, being the heel that he always is, trying to grab the attention of Ivy Nile outside of the ring, which then allows Ava to jump the ring, but Nile gets the better of her and locks in the diamond chin lock, and Brutus nails Gibson with the Brutus bomb. Drake then looks for a drop kick on Julius in the corner, but Julius ducks out of the way and delivers a standing lariat, and boy, did he ever hit a fucking Stan Hansen-like lariat for the W. Wow, what a fucking match. Dude, this match fucking rules. This was the best match of the entire week. I'm giving this 4.5. These two teams tore it the fuck up, man. Like, if there's one match that I could recommend from WWE content this week that I would definitely recommend to check out, definitely this match between the Creed brothers and the Dyad, dude. This fucking match was awesome. Awesome match. Good shit by both teams. That said, we go to the backstage where the family of Tony D'Angelo and his buddy... what's his name? Stax. Where Tony D'Angelo and Stax, I guess also Stax D'Angelo, are talking. Stax gets a call and then walks off, and two officers approach Tony D'Angelo and tell them what they need. They needed to go to the station because he is, wanted for criminal accusations. D'Angelo obliges, and a confused Stax walks back and sees D'Angelo missing a staff member. And a staff member informs him that he was taken for questioning, and Stax asks what he was taken in for. Nobody knows. We'll see. Back at ringside, Julius Creed grabs a commentary set and throws out a challenge for Gallus for a tag team title match at Battleground. So, basically, because the family were taken out of the equation because of questioning and whatever, because mafioso, god damn it, why? I miss when NXT was not full of these bullshit gimmicks, but and then basically Julius Creed says, hey, we just beat the Dyad. We got the tag title match now. Gallus, we'll see you at Battleground. That match should fucking rule. So, there you go. After the break, the Heritage Cup champion, Noam Dar, welcomes the fan to the Supernova Sessions and hypes up his talk show before introducing Dragon Lee. Apparently, he's still the Heritage Cup champion. That's a thing. God damn it. Can this die, please? Anyway, Lee's music hits and then heads to the ring, and they sit down, and then Dar grabs a Spanish dictionary. Lee informs that he can speak English, and then he said, well, that was $10, that was $20 down the drain. And then Dar says that they aren't here to talk about his father and says that he knows all about Lee. Lee says he loves the spirit and passion of his people and says that he has the same passion the NXT universe has shown him. He loves the passion of the Mexican people as a luchador. Dar then says the passion that Lee's have for his people is the same passion that he has for his Heritage Cup. By the way, apparently Dar talks to his Heritage Cup like it's a fucking person and coddles it. It's weird. He's been rough ever since Alicia Fox broke up with him. You know, I said it on purpose, by the way. Anyway, Lee asked him if he wants to defend it, and Dar tries talking his way out of it. Lee then says he wants to defend it, and Dar once again tries to talk his way out of the match, saying there's a lot of rules. Then Nathan Frazier appears and says he has to expose Dar as a fraud. He says it doesn't matter how many times Dar makes up that he can't defend it. He should defend it like any other championship in the WWE. Super clean, squeaky babyface here by Frazier. All right. Frazier tells Lee himself that everyone would have loved to see him challenge Dar for the Heritage Cup, and Lee said, why don't we do it then at Battleground? Really cool that they're doing that match. That's going to be interesting to see Dragon Lee go from Lucha rules to British fucking rules, I guess, if you're a fan of that style. Frazier then takes a shot at Dar's previous on-screen relationship with Alicia Fox, leading Dar to accept Lee's challenge and accept Frazier to go one-on-one with him next week in a regular match. So there you go. 2 matches set in 1 week. Good shit. Then we have a tag team match. We have NXT champion Carmelo Hayes with his buddy Trick Williams taking on Drew Gulak and Charlie Dempsey. This is the second best match of the entire week, believe it or not. It all came from NXT. I'm actually surprised. No, maybe the KO and Sammy one was better. Yeah, no. Okay, third? Maybe fourth if you're counting the LWO match. Yeah, no, fourth. Because that fucking match between the Usos and LWO ruled. But we'll get to that. That'll be the main event of this show. But yeah, Trick Williams and Charlie Dempsey lock up to start this matchup. Dempsey delivers a shoulder tackle, then executes a backslide, but Williams kicks out and hits a pair of shoulder tackles, then follows it up with a pair of enziguris on Carmelo Hayes and Drew Gulak. Gulak then hits a knee to Hayes' midsection before Hayes responds with a pair of arm drags. Dempsey tags himself in, and Gulak deliver a double knee strike with him. And then Hayes right on the Hayes' midsection. They're targeting the midsection because there's kinesio tape all over. Dempsey then delivers a snap nair that looks to lock in a Boston Crab before Hayes escapes and tags in Williams. By the way, Charlie Dempsey is so William Regal's son. You could so tell. His wrestling acumen is absurdly good here. But yeah. So he tags in Hayes. Then Gulak tags in... I'm sorry. Did I already said... Yeah, okay. I don't know where I'm at. And then tags in Williams. Gulak tags in and wears down Williams, and then Dempsey tags back in. Gulak delivers a German suplex to Williams before Dempsey lands one of his own. Williams then delivers an enziguri to Dempsey and then tags in Hayes. Gulak tags in and Hayes lands a super kick. Dempsey tags in and Hayes plants him on the mat. Williams tags in and levels an interfering Drew Gulak, then delivers a spinning kick to Dempsey. Hayes tags in and ascends the top rope and hits nothing but net, which is his top rope Fameasser for the win. Good little match here. Definitely, again, I think it's like 4th best match all week on the show, but still good regardless. So, yeah. After the match, Hayes and Williams call up Rob Breaker once again. Breaker appears on the Titantron and says that he has to wait a little longer because he made a pit stop. The camera pans out and we see Breaker in the barbershop. Breaker said he figured he'd stop to get a fresh haircut before he finishes what he started last week. So yeah, fair enough, I guess, buddy. You should just go full Scott Steiner at this point, buddy. Just saying. Anyway, Kiana James shoves Thea Hale, and then Hale delivers an arm drag and a suplex, then dumps Jane out of the ring, then delivers a tope suicida. She ran a few right hands as Hudson takes notice and pretends he isn't marking. Okay, sure. Oh yeah, the fucking he's marking her, you know, deal with the fucking match, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, Hale ascends to the top rope and looks for a splash, but James rolls out of the way and delivers a series of knee strikes to Hale's midsection. Hale delivers a pair of forearms and a kick to James's midsection, then delivers a back elbow and a suplex. She ascends to the top rope and hits a crossbody and then goes for a pin, but James kicks out and then hits a gore buster and then follows it up with a 401k, which I guess is her finish for the win. Winner, Kiana James. After the match, Hale hugs Hudson as he continues to mark papers. We then head to the backstage. Again, this was a match. It was like a 1.5. I wasn't really into it, but it was what it was. We then head backstage where Wesley and Tyler Bate continued to be checked on by medical room. Mackenzie Mitchell stands by as Mitchell asks if Lee has any clue why the Schism would attack the two of them, and Lee tells the fans to stay tuned as he storms off because he's about to cut a promo on the Schism. Lee then says he wanted to come out to the ring to address everyone. He says tag team match. He says his tag team match with Tyler Bate was unexpectedly canceled by the Schism. He says while he's gotten better at controlling his anger, he gets pissed off when himself and his friends are attacked. He says Ava and the Dyad are sheep rather than friends, while Bate is his real friend. He tells Gacy that all he had to do was just ask. Gacy and Ava appear and said that he's never been dishonest with what he wants. He said he wants the North American title, and Ava tells Lee that he inches closer and closer to becoming the greatest North American title with every win he picks up. She questions what that makes Gacy when he takes Lee's North American title away from him at Battleground. And Gacy says he's asking for a North American title match at Battleground. He says all Lee had to do was break the news to Bate. Lee asks Gacy why he's trying to drive a wedge between himself and Bate, and Ava says the wedge has already been driven. Bate's music then hits because Bate is tired of hearing it, and he tries to go out there, and he says he's had enough with the rubbish, and asks Gacy what his problem with him is. And he says he'll see him at Battleground, and Lee tells Gacy, good luck with going twice in one night. Bate cuts him off and says he'd be lying if he said he didn't want a North American title match. Lee asked Bate why he didn't say something earlier, and Bate said this was his bad. He says that he can still have a match in the spirit of competition, and Gacy asks which one of them he's going to choose at Battleground. Lee then says, I'll take them both on in the triple threat, and says he'll see them both on May 28th. And on his way out of the ring, Lee tells Bate, I thought I could trust you, dude. Okay, real quick about this. I get what they're trying to do, but this is like Bray Wyatt, like, Bayou Diet. Like, it's not great. Gacy doesn't strike me as a cult leader, really. Like, I believe in fucking later stage Raven more as a cult leader. I believe in Dr. Stevie more as a cult leader than I do Joe fucking Gacy. Dude. Why is Wes Lee complaining about Tyler Bate wanting a title fucking match and then saying, I thought I could trust you? Dude. You're a champion. You're a singles champion. Get the fuck over yourself. What is this segment? What the fuck was this? This was a miss. I'm sorry, but this was a major miss. So, that's that with that. I'm sorry. That was ridiculous. But yeah. From there, we have quarterfinal match for the women's title tournament. We have Roxy versus JC Jane. Match starts off with Roxanne Perez and JC Jane lock up, and then they go back and forth with submission holds before Jane delivers a right hand to Perez's spine. Then Perez delivers a back elbow, and then looks to dump her out of the ring. Perez hangs on and lands on the apron before Jane sends her crashing to the announcer table. Face first to take us into a break. After the break, Jane delivers a neckbreaker, then follows it up with a pair of shoulders pair of shoulders to Perez's midsection, then looks to hit a cannonball before Perez ducks out of the way and fires off right hands to Jane, then delivers a drop kick, then sends her crashing to the outside. She then delivers a tope suicida and tosses Jane back into the ring, then ascends to the top rope and delivers a crossbody. She then follows it up with a side Russian leg sweep before Jane delivers a knee to her midsection and a super kick, and then delivers a spinning right hand, which was just a discus clothesline, and rains down right hands after the fact. She looks to kick, she looks for a super kick, but then Perez ducks out of the way and then delivers a kick of her own to Jane's midsection and then follows it up with her Pop Rocks finisher for the win. Roxanne wins, and she will face Tiffany Stratton in the semifinals. Oh boy. Cannot wait to not hear about Tiffany Stratton on the microphone, please. After the match, Tiffany Stratton appears to stare down Perez. Stratton then takes notice of Gigi Dolan ambushing Jane in the ring. Officials separate Dolan and Jane before Carmelo Hayes' music hits, and he himself and Trick Williams appear once again. So, absolute chaos to basically finish off this program, which is pretty decent. Hayes says he knows traffic is bad, but it ain't that bad, and he tells him to come down to the ring once again. They're tired of his bullshit. Breaker's music hits alongside an entourage of security guards, jobbers. Security guards stand behind, in front of Breaker and Hayes and Williams, and Breaker explains that he didn't bring security for his own protection, but rather for protection for Hayes and Williams. Williams said that he only the only one that needs protection is Breaker, and Breaker reminds him of the loss last week. Long and short of it, they talk about their match, and, Breaker talks trash. He does a dive over the jobbers, onto the jobbers, and then they fucking has fight. And then that's how the show goes off the air. So matches on the night. This guy says the Dyad versus Creed Brothers, Carmelo Hayes versus Drew Gulak, Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams versus Drew Gulak and Charlie Dempsey. No doubt about it, this shit was fucking cool. So, that being said, next week on NXT for the semifinals, we have Tiffany Stratton versus Roxanne Perez, Leia Valkyria versus Cora Jade, Heritage Cup champion Noam Dar versus Nathan Frazier, and Take Ledger versus Hank Walker, I think. And then the Battleground card is looking pretty fucking meaty this week, so yeah, and that week of fucking wrestling is going to be crazy. So overall, good final match, good final segment, good little bit of chaos to close out the show. I'm actually going to give NXT an A- this week. I thought they fucking delivered, which is surprising because I really didn't think I was going to like NXT this week, but it's funny how, you come back for a week and then shit surprises you, so there you go. I think it was the best show of the fucking week by far. By the way, Level Up was like a C. It was alright. Mainly because of the fucking lawyer guy. Alright. So that was pretty much it. Now we go on to SmackDown. So here we go. And how many minutes? I got 15 minutes. Jesus Christ. Hold on. Let me do this now. Alright, so for Friday Night SmackDown, we get an opening segment of Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. And, they go and try to talk to, Roman Reigns. Because Roman Reigns first comes out with Solo Sikoa, no Usos, right? And Roman really wanted to get everything off his chest. And so did Sami, right? But then the Usos come out after he says that the Usos were better than Roman, right? And Roman said, that's what you think. And so the Usos came down, and Usos took offense for their family, for their brother, and they attacked him, and Roman said, I didn't tell you to be out in the fucking ring. After the match, he was pissed, and then he basically talked down to the Usos and said, how do we fucking get here? It's because of me, and it's only because of me, because I'm the guy, I'm the tribal chief, and we've gotten here because this formula has fucking worked, right? Why are you going up against a quarterback? Do what I'm telling you. When I tell you to stay back there, stay back there. Get out of my face. I don't even want to see you anymore. So there you go. All right. So yeah, it was fucking insane. So, with that, we have another Friday Night SmackDown, and here we go. First up, yep, okay, we already went over this, which is good. Then we had the fucking match between the Brawling Brutes, specifically between Pete Dunne and Ridge Holland versus Pretty Deadly. I forget their fucking names. What are their names? I forget. I don't really have much time to fucking waste on trying to figure it out right now. Elton Prince and Kit Wilson. Yeah, so Pretty Deadly. I'll just put it this way. It was a good competitive match. It was actually probably one of the better tag matches this week. And the heels cheated to win. That was pretty much it. And Sheamus did nothing about it. He was very perplexed. I don't know why, because he was on commentary and he was annoying Wade Barrett for whatever reason. That's essentially what was happening. If you're wondering why I'm rushing now instead of going in detail like I've done with the other shows, I literally have to get this done in like 12 minutes. So that's what... I have AEW Spark to record with the other guys, so I have to do this in fucking quick time here. But it was what it was. It was like a 2.5. Good little debut here. We then had a match between Asuka and Zelina Vega. So we have a quick... by the way, this match is actually pretty good as well. I would actually give this 3/4 stars. Quick roll-up from Vega and a kick to follow up. More roll-ups from Vega, but she can't keep Asuka down yet. Asuka avoids the 619, then invites Vega to the ring, and she kicks her right in the head. Asuka drops Vega on the announce table and bounces in happiness as we head to the break. As we come back, Asuka is still in control with some kicks to Vega. Vega fires back with some elbows and then a knee out of the corner and a shotgun dropkick. Asuka off the ropes but gets set up for the 619. Then she lands it and climbs to the top ropes. Meteora, then Vega only gets 2. Vega tries for the code red, but Asuka counters and they end up trading pins before Asuka grabs in the crossface chicken wing, the Asuka lock. Vega rolls through for the 2 count, but then Asuka counters again and grabs the second version of the Asuka lock, the Rings of Saturn, to get the submission victory. Yeah, again, 2.25 stars, excuse me. Really good little TV match here for the short time they were given. I enjoyed that Bianca Belair was the one that kind of came out and saved her. That's going to build up to their Raw Women's Championship match. Again, why is the Raw Women's Champion on SmackDown? Never will understand that. Whatever. Cool. So, that was pretty cool. They're keeping the momentum of Zelina Vega, so that was pretty good. So, after the break, we get our first look at the Grayson Waller effect. Grayson Waller's in the ring and talks about his show setup. Walter comes to the show, some piped-in boos, and he brings out AJ Styles. Yeah, he was getting cheered big time from what I hear in the arena. Waller brings up how they crossed paths in NXT, and AJ told Waller to become phenomenal, try being phenomenal for 20 plus years. And Waller thought about that a lot. He brings up how AJ could add one more belt to his collection. AJ brings up the injury, and that this was the longest he's ever been down with injury. And then he's been training as hard as possible, and since he got cleared to do so. He knew he'd have an opportunity, and now he's going after the World Heavyweight title. And he wants to make it clear he wants it more than the air that he breathes. Seth Rollins currently on a movie set, and that's great, but I hope he's getting some training in, essentially, because if he doesn't, he's going to have a rude awakening come Night of Champions. Meanwhile, Grayson Waller does this whole diatribe about, I can't wait for the end, especially, and then he goes... The new World Heavyweight Champion, Seth freaking Rollins, just to get the heat, right? Just to get the heat. And then that's the end of the segment. There was no heat up until that one little comment, and then AJ got into his face, and that was it, and then they fucking... next segment. To the back. Huh? Alright. Whatever. Yeah. After the fact, we have the Latino World Order. They're prepping for tonight's match with the Usos, specifically Rey, Mysterio, and Santos Escobar to compete against the Usos tonight. In the ring, we have the Street Profits. They'll be in action after the break. LA Knight hangs out on the entrance ramp as we come back. He says he's going after the tag team titles too. The tag team titles are not safe. And he introduces Rick Boogs as his tag team partner. And oh boy, was that a mistake. Because, in short, this was pretty much a glorified squash. 1.5 stars. It was what it was. Street Profits won with the fucking high-low spine buster into the frog splash. That was it. It was really it. The match was decent, but it was what it was. And then LA Knight attacked Boogs after the match. I guess they're going to have a little bit of a mini feud. I honestly think they should just team up Austin Theory, LA Knight, and Grayson Waller, because I think those three are just a natural fucking fit. That's just me, though. I know you have a lot of factions already in the WWE, but that would be one that I'd recommend if you really want to do something with LA Knight in the tag division. That would be my two go-tos, Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. So, there you go. But yeah. That was pretty much it there. So yeah, in the back, Morgan interviews Grimes. Grimes is happy to be having the fastest victory against Baron Corbin last week. Holy shit, did he get it done in quick fashion? Cave in, baby. Cave in did it in NXT. It does it here. And he says he's happy. By the way, he comes out not looking like a country caveman, and I was very offended. And he had a man bun, but then he said, "To the moon!" And then I was pretty happy. Alright. We're going to skip this fucking shit. Abba Fire and Isla Dawn, who are now known as the... I don't know. There's a name. I don't even remember it now. The Unholy Union or some shit. They won. That was it. Done. It was a squash. They won against some pair of fucking jobbers. I'm not even going to dignify this shit with a response. So yeah. Back in the ring, Austin Theory comes out to a pretty good reception. Oh, wait. In the back, Kayla talks to Raquel because they literally relinquished the tag titles this week on SmackDown, by the way, because of an injury. Blah, blah, blah. And yeah. Back in the ring, Austin Theory comes out to a pretty tepid ovation. Theory will do something after the break. Theory then says that he's just wondering why Bobby Lashley follows him, and he's wondering why Sheamus has a problem with him. He understands with Bobby because Bobby has an obsession with him. Anytime he's on Raw, Bobby's on Raw, and anytime he's drafted to SmackDown, Lashley follows him. Never mind that he was drafted, whatever. And then he talks about, well, I beat John Cena, and so did Sheamus, but I beat John Cena this year, and Sheamus did it like 10 years ago, and then Sheamus was very mad. Sheamus was like, okay, cool beans, dude, whatever. And then he said, well, you got something to say, brother? And then Sheamus bro kicks him, and then that was the end of the segment. Pretty funny, but it was what it was. So yeah, from there we have a segment in the back where the Usos are getting hyped up, and they've been getting hyped up all night, basically, trying to get themselves psyched up against the LWO tonight. Paul Heyman is here to say he forgives them and asks them if he will be out there tonight, and Heyman says no. He's trying to play peacekeeper, and he's trying to put over the Thousands Day celebration that's coming up. This is just the LWO. The Usos have this, and please don't make that a prediction. Make that a spoiler. Neither Jimmy nor Jay seem too thrilled. Jay knows what's up if they lose, and Jimmy seems to be slowly realizing just how bad a spot they're in. So, to the ring, here comes Rey and Escobar. They head down to the ring as we go to break. Post-match, they get a rundown for next week's card, including Karrion Kross versus AJ Styles, because that was a segment as well. Karrion Kross and Scarlett Bordeaux talking about how AJ Styles is next on the hit list for Karrion Kross TikTok. That's basically what's coming up now. Usos head out next. I'm just going to say, You got to watch this match in order to do it justice. These two teams delivered. It was the second best match. It was definitely the best match on the main roster by far. 3.5 stars as well. I liked it slightly a little bit less than the one on NXT. That's still not to say that this was fucking bad. The crowd were into this. They had a bunch of shenanigans towards the end where Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens distracted the Usos for the LWO to get a big fucking win. That's a huge win for them. And the tag team division looking nice. Looking nice. You got the LWO, you got the Bloodline, you got the Imperium Boys, you got Judgment Day, you got the Street Profits. I mean, there's a lot more teams on the men's side than there are on the women's side. They need to improve on the women, but the men's side has never looked better in a long fucking time, so it's really good to see. Basically, after they lost, Wade Barrett said, this is not on the Usos' fault. They got screwed tonight. And, Solo Sikoa looks worried, and Roman just looks pissed the fuck off. And they're all scared shitless, basically. The Usos, Solo, even Heyman looking kind of concerned. And that was it. That was the end of SmackDown. I give this show a B. It was the weakest show. The weakest show was main event, if you're counting. But out of the three main, the weakest was SmackDown. But the main event fucking saved it from being just a C show. So, good shit from that. From Rey Mysterio and Santos. Good shit all around. Couple news items I want to talk about before we head off the air here. Superstar Billy Graham passed away. Obviously, our thoughts and prayers to him and his family. Super influential wrestler. Basically the first real superstar, if you really want to get technical with it. Really the first sports entertainer. Really ahead of his time. He's the reason why we have Hulk Hogan. He's the reason why we have the Ultimate Warrior. He's the reason why we had the Macho Man. It's because of his personality. And just, he's the reason why characters are a thing, or embellished characters are a thing in the world of pro wrestling. You owe that a lot to Superstar Billy Graham, and I think that's his legacy, and I think that should be, commended. So, rest in peace to that man upstairs. Have a good match with Macho Man in heaven, brother. That said, we also have a couple other pieces of news. So, John Cena is winding down his career. So, if you have checked out my thoughts on WrestleMania, I may have given I don't know if I gave it on here, but I definitely gave it on other platforms. Cena really did only 5 moves with Doom against Theory, and then just kind of lost, and that was it. And that was the end of it. Long and short of it is, he feels that that's the only thing that he can deliver nowadays. He can't deliver it any other way. And I really found that interesting that he said that of all people, because I thought he was going to be in there for the long haul for a lot longer. But it really does look like he's going to just do a once-a-year thing like Undertaker used to do, because his body can't handle it anymore. That's Cena's own words, which is crazy that he's saying that, because then you look at the other news headline, which is Randy Orton may have to retire because the doctors will not clear him to compete, by the way, which is very, very sad to hear. Damn. You look at what Cena's doing, and it's like he's got a new lease on life, and now Randy Orton, he's not going to be able to wrestle again, and what's next for him? So it's like, Cena and Randy Orton have been in WWE since 2002. They've been in the WWE for 21 years. They're about to be on their 21-year anniversary come June. And to think that, the amount of matches that they have that we all meme about, we may never get that again. We may never get a match with either one of them again in, the coming days is crazy to me. That's wild. But seriously, all the best in Orton to try and get to recovery. Hopefully he can come back and actually have his retirement on his terms. And, good luck in Cena with everything he's doing in Hollywood and everything, and the voiceover work. He's one of the top voice actors for, like, commercials in the world right now. It's fucking crazy how much I hear his voice now everywhere. It's actually crazy, insane. So yeah, man, like, congrats to both of those guys. And, well, congrats to Cena, and I hope for the best for both of them as far as recovering and being able to produce a high-quality match in their final outings. One can hope, I think that's everything. And even though I'm a couple minutes over, that's WWE Aftershock. So I'm gonna do a few plugs here, and you know what? I'm gonna just make this easier. So if you guys want to know what you can expect going forward for FTW Productions, you guys can check this little video out. In fact, let me just go to Watch Party real quick and open that little thing up. Today's 11. This is what you can expect on FTW Productions.
It's out of my hands, but I'm still in control. It's out of my hands. You can never take away the power of my soul.
Scan the QR codes to see what's upcoming for FTW Productions and what's available on demand right now. Button Master Stable Wars entire playlist. AEW Revolution Go Home Week, Dynamite and Rampage watch parties. Mistress Audio dramatic readings featuring voice actors from Weymouth Youth Wrestling. All Retro Wrestling Review Series videos on demand and upcoming. All WrestleMania themed retros available now on demand. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order Let's Play Series. WrestleMania 19 Revenge Mode Let's Play Series. All of A Simple Man's Brand Simply Predicting panels. Both episodes of The Don DeMarco Show. AEW Spark, WWE Aftershock, every show week by week. Indie Force Episode 26, available now on demand. Jeff Meacham Network, Backlash and Rebellion Watch-Along events. FTW Productions Watch Party for WrestleMania Go Home Raw. A Simple Take, WWE Simple Takes featuring Cassidy 18 Studios. Super Mario Bros. Z voice acting. Episode 3 coming soon. Breaking news. ATW View Impromptu. WYW Intro and Immortal stream. Wrestling with Idiocy Episode 7, our favorite WrestleMania matches. Plugs have concluded. On to the video.
Bye-bye, everybody!
Podcast has concluded. Be sure to check out more group discussion as far as WWE content is concerned, and check out more content from For the Win Productions.